January of 2026, this beautiful train set right here showed up from a gentleman named Robert Amos down in the Florida area. This is the first gear drive that Athearn put out. One is very different. Once we get into them, you'll see what makes this thing so absolutely amazing. Plus, I want to do something a little different. We're going to clean it, lube it, get it going, and just for fun, let's throw a DCC decoder in it and see how hard or easy it is to do this to Athearn locomotives. I'm Ron with Classic Model Trains. Follow along, see what it's going to take to get these beauties back up on the rail again. Well, let's get into this thing and see what we can see. It is kind of dirty. That's, to be expected, considering the age of it. I was really glad when I flipped it upside down it didn't have band drive axles on it. It's like, whew, thank goodness. Missing the front coupler. Oh, it's a dual headlight. Oh, you don't see that too often. Looks like this is a decal right here that was installed. And then the rest of it is just factory paint. Good to see this here. What is it going to look like inside? Okay. Early super weights. Stuff's falling out on me now. Got a small bulb. These things are expensive to buy nowadays. Geez, they're like $8 a piece. It's easier to put LEDs in them. This here seems to be bent. This isn't on quite like it should be. That's our power clip. Helps the juices get to where they need to be. The truck, how do we go about getting into this? Something's got to come off. This light bulb holder's in my way. I ain't never seen this before. Drilled and tapped into the actual frame right there. That's interesting. This gear tower cover is what's holding it on. The bolster pin's right there. And this is doing what it's supposed to do. I don't see a split on it right through here, so it makes me wonder if it's under here. This is the first time I've ever done one like this. This must be the first thing right after the globe plastic stuff, the band drive. I mean, this is like the earliest drive I've ever seen. Man, I don't want to mess it up either. I just so happen to have another chassis here from another F-unit. You get these out of the way, and you can see how much it's changed already. Light is right up in there. And it's got the gear towers like we're kind of used to, where you pull just the tops off to get the worm drive out, which is in here. Almost completely identical, but then it's not. So it's good to see they kept the boys in the engineering department busy. Something's rearing its ugly head. There's a screw sticking out right there. What if I take this screw out? What's going to happen? It's a long one. I did not expect that. It's got a little washer on it. I want stuff to be falling off. I'll take that. Holding the bushings at the end, the frames. How about this other one? Is this other side going to come off? This is already more interesting or than I thought it was going to be. What's that? Why did that fall off? What happened? Oh, that was underneath the screw. That was up in this area here, doing stuff. Okay. This side still seems like it's loose. Nope, that's the bolster. Ken is being into right in there. These drive lines are in the way. This is in the way. Come on now, we are so close. Luckily enough, at the bottom of that yeller box, we got the instruction sheets here. Looks like they just put it in to this oh, that's vague. Super geared. Oh, no, we don't got that. We just got the standard body weights. That's too bad. Motor connector clip. Sure. Yeah. And, oh, there's the truck breakdown. Note that all gears and assembly. Then upper box is snapped on. Finally, snide frames are assembled on axles with insulators. Don't like it. Just don't like it. I mean, it's almost fallen apart on its own. Come on. Fine. Snap here, snap here. It's so old. And I've only got this one. And I don't want to mess it up. And the pictures are vague. Oh. So, okay, something's happening. Well, that made it easier to work on. Is there a snap back under here? Come on, we got just one. Ow! I don't even know what we did. But those are helically cut gears right there. That is off the chart. I did not expect that. Is this going to come out? Yes. That means that this thing doesn't have any torque load on it front to back because the gears center it up. These are going to be made out of unobtainium. Some hair in them. Wow. That guy goes in there with a couple of little latches on it, here and here. Hoofta. And it looks like if we pry on this U-joint right here behind the thrust washer, boy, that is thin, and it's not wanting to move. Makes me wonder if somebody glued it on. Can I take the U-joint apart? Right here. Yes, I can. There. Oh, wow. Oh, look at that beautiful bushing. Wow. This is more than I expected. This motor here's, the magnet is, well, it doesn't magnet anymore, and it is shot. That magnet is actually falling apart. So how would we go about getting that out of there? This is soapy water. I'm gonna put some in here. So these rubber guys, they got something they can slip on. Little lubrication, because they usually get hard and brittle. And I'm hoping that this might help them pop out. Because for some reason you can't get these anymore. They need to make a production run that they have failed to do. Somebody in shipping and receiving they've neglected us. We've been forsaken. I've got 2 of them out so far. Oh, there, yes. Easy. Gentle. There's the third. Come on. Ah, yeah. And oddly enough, these are still very rubbery. They're not brittle. Nice. This is just getting better and better. So what do we do to take that apart? We take out the side screw. Oh, well, okay. This is how these are in there, and there's an insulator right there. One side's got one side don't, which makes sense because the way that it picks up. Sure. And I didn't pay attention to what truck I just took off. I think I took the front one off because that's kind of dependent on where you put that. So that way that the thing goes the forward direction when you want it to go into the forward direction. So there's a tab here, get this to drop down some, tab up in the front, tab up in the rear, keep kind of spinning it, gentle. Yes, take this U-joint apart at the ball. A lot of hair in this thing, gross. Here she is, disassembled. I'm going to get the ultrasonic warmed up. I'm going to put this in 15 liters. People always want to know, how big is your ultrasonic? How big is your ultrasonic? 15 liters. How much is that? I don't know. 2.5 gallons? See, a liter, 2 liter of Mountain Dew is $2.50. Liter of gasoline is like $9, depending on where you live. That wasn't bad at all. Get these parts cleaned up because they are filthy. Look at that. There's a lot of years. What fell on the ground? What's in the box? Okay, I'll come back. I've got all the parts in there. The frame, the weights, the wheels, the trucks. Mixed it all together. Some simple green here. 50-50 mix. I'll add some water to this here. I'm going to float it in the ultrasonic. Zip her up. Just changed all the water in because I had soap. So I was washing N-gauge track, so I had to drain all that out. Filled it up with hot water. Let this warm up before we hit the... So we're doing 105 Fahrenheit here. And we'll do maybe 10 minutes on that. But we're waiting for it to get up to temperature. So these motors here, they come apart really easy. I want to get these U-joints off, and I do expect it to come off here better. Yes. It's where a lot of the failures happen. So the plastic just lets loose. Just can't do it. Brush holders, these guys right here. Pull them back, lift them up. There it is. Brush spring. Same on the bottom. Bottom one looks got these 2 spikes on it. Brush spring. Then the brush doesn't want to come out. This will come off. This back one will come off. And no magnet left in that magnet that's falling apart there. I ain't never seen anything like that before. Are the brushes any good? Since they're fighting to come out, maybe I can push them in this way. Oh, yeah. There ain't nothing wrong with those. I'm surprised that it's a 5-pole. That's really quite nice. There's 2 thrust washers up on this end. Do we lose the thrust washer back here? Why isn't there one back here? Oh, there is one right there. Nice. Well, since we completely took this apart, I guess I'm going to put it in its own baggie in the ultrasonic cleaner. So that way everything is cleaned up. I happen to have one of these Ronald Dodd Remagnetizers right here. One of the viewers helped me get this. Ordered 2 in and brought them to him, and then he shipped me up 1. I paid for it. Look these up online. Google Ronald Dodd Remagnetizers. You can find him on YouTube. He's out in Europe, England, UK, and he makes these. And that's the only way I know how to get them. Is sometimes you can find them on the UK eBay. We need to find the direction of north. So if I put an N right here, saying that that's north. Well, now what happened? You just can't decide what you want, can you? Flip it to the other side. It's not. I've never done a magnet like this before, although I know it doesn't have any magnetism at all. Okay, it's got some. If I put this in here, going north, I hope it doesn't crush it. Put my compass away. It's what the boys tell me to do. We're going to give it the microwave, like so. I don't have the end keepers for it yet because they're getting ready to get ultrasonic. These, although I don't know what difference that's going to make anyway, but you know. Not a lot, tell you right now. So I'll leave it in there, let it cook until we're ready to assemble that motor back together again, and I'll keep nailing it. Yep. Ew. I use a colander to save all the little parts, put it in a bucket in case something gets away from you and you don't want to lose it down the drain. Plus you can reuse your fluid this way. Oh, easy. Careful, the frame stuck in there a little bit. Come on now. And keep your baggie kind of handy, because when you're reassembling something, you'll find, oh, I'm missing the thrust washer, and it'll be in your bag still. Exactly what I was hoping for. Oh, that? Oh, I should tell you guys about that. Just to expedite the whole process here. Motor components, then the chassis and the trucks. Well, chassis, truck components. Get them dried up quick so they don't have a chance to rust. Just use hot water on everything. Let this happen for a while. I think I'm going to have to paint these because they're ugly now. Clean them up and just give them with some really silvery, nice silvery stuff. Which means then I'll have to paint these. And then I'll have to paint the, oh man, because they all look about the same. Now, its colors were really neat. It struck me quite well. And I happen to have one of these catalogs here, so I had to look it up and see what the heck it is. What years were they made? They're in yellow boxes of all things. That's supposed to be the oldest, kind of the older ones, you know. It looks like the powered A unit was first introduced in 2 of 61. The dummy B came out in 10 of 57. The RPO came out in January of 1968. Vista Dome came out in 57. Boy, they're all over the place on these things, aren't they? And the Observation came out in 1 of 68. God, it would take you almost a decade to get this entire set back in the old days. This locomotive here is from 1964 because it says so in the directions, but it's also in a yellow box. We're about halfway through the video right now. I want to take some time to recognize the channel members that's out there. I kind of missed it last week as my video was quick and fast and dirty. I sat around and started Googling for, I've never seen passenger cars that are in this color at all. And I Googled them and they didn't show up. So I had to ask the AI out there if they had ever made this. I took a picture of the car and sent it into the Google AI, and it spit out some stuff here, and it tells me that they never did make passenger cars that were that color. I don't think they even made F-units look that color. I think that all of the ones that were ever out there were hood unit ones. Typically, their passenger cars for this year of 1958, 1960 would have been stainless steel Bud-made cars. This red and gray paint scheme called Chinese Red, is that what that says? The Chinese red and gray paint scheme appeared in 1958, according to the Google machine out there. And I like the thing myself. But before this, they ran the white F-units would have been kind of the white ones. I did a video on them here a long time ago. The passenger cars were the famous Zephyr trains. And they were built out of polished, corrugated stainless steel by the Budd Company. And then the heavyweight, or the commuter cars that they had out there, they were running out of the Chicago area. They were typically painted the Pullman green or the Kelly green with the tan or cream accents. Ah, sure. You never get to see, you know, I figured this was too good to be true because it is kind of a neat looking set for sure. Did the CB&Q ever use F7s to pull their passenger trains in 1958, 61? No. The answer is no. By then they would have been using the E8, the E9s, because they were made for a passenger service nice and fast. So everything about this is just something that the boys down at the Athearn came up with, decided it looked good in the catalog, told Joey to change the print mat solder so they can do it in the red, and kick them out the door is what they did. Since we are halfway through the video, right now is an excellent time to do Classic Model Trains Classic Model of the Week. Do you guys know who this is? If you do, put it in the comments down below. If you don't, hang out till the end of the video. I'll let you know who it is. Let's jump back into this. We're going to put these trucks back together right now. I cleaned up all these wheels. I had the Dremel, the wispy thing right here, using a 400 grit. Give them a little zing zing. And I came around to the edge here and cleaned these up too, because the juice is flowing through there. Juice is also flowing through here. On these truck frames, I did give these a little pss, 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 pss. These went through the ultrasonic, and it looks like they're pretty good there on the inside. We're going to grab up the Super Lube, and we're going to lubricate stuff, lots of it. We're going to get a little bit here, give a little taste inside these axles here. Here, there. This gear right here, we can take one of these bushings off and I can get some lube underneath of it. But this one on this side, we can't take it off because the U-joint is in the way. So I'm going to get a little bit of Super Lube synthetic oil and get it underneath there. We use the synthetic oil because it doesn't break down the plastics. Where a petroleum-based could potentially break down the plastics. This might even be nylon. I don't know. I'm going to grease up this double-helical gear, or herringbone gear, because of the way that it is. And this is going to go down into here, and we want to get there, that on, and this other bushing in. Wait a second, why is this? This is here in the way right now. Can't see what we're doing. Yes, and yes. Gonna lube this one up. We're gonna give it a little taste for these thrust washers to help keep them in place. Give these worms just a taste. You can see where this jack shaft is going to sit. Get that in there. A little grease on this gear here. These axles, they're going to sit up in there. Want to put just a little taste here. These don't really ride on the plastic. They'll ride on the end of the truck covers by the time it's all said and done. And I want to help get these things started, so we'll put a little bit of grease on them here as well. We're going to take this guy and come down through all of this, lining everything up, front and rear latches, get them in, lock it, and send it home. Rolling this to see if it's going to drive, but it's stiff. I had expected it to be easier than that. Wheels are turning, but I'm going to open it back up, root around in there. I must have got something. Just this feels free. This feels free. This is exactly how I'd anticipate it. Was this guy sticking down just a little too far? He's rolling smoothly. This time it's much better. It's spinning good, snapped in, so I don't know what it was. Just something silly. Now this, it's going to come in here, it's going to go on this side. And it turns out that they both had insulators. It's just that this one was stuck in there. This will go on. This is one of those 13 finger things. What we're going to try to do is get the side frame on and keep this in there all at the same time. Now that I've only dropped it 12 times. Sure. Is everybody in the holes? Feels like it. I guess that's it. Screw. Now to give it a test, these wheels are so clean, I'm going to put a little mark on them with the Sharpie so I can rotate this and see that they're moving. They seem to be doing what they're supposed to do. I put together one of them already, So that way I could rocket through this one instead of farting around, going slow. I don't know why I had such a hard time getting them out of the chassis, because it just seems to go pretty easy. I think this is the keeper that keeps them in, but see, it doesn't work. You put this in, you lock it in up at the top, and I think that's what holds the truck in. There's a chance that I'm wrong. More than likely I am. Maybe the drive lines are what's holding it in. I don't know. You see, I can pick it up and it just, okay. Whatever the whole intro was trying to take these apart, I don't know what I did or what I didn't do, but this is what we got right now. Super simple. On to the motor. Got all our motor components here, but this, it didn't take a very good magnetism to, as far as I'm concerned. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it all together and then I'm going to hit it again. So we'll get the Super Lube out and I'm going to get these guys here, just a little taste. Sure. Is that going to work for me? Oh, we got to put the thrust washers on. Took them apart. There was one on the back and there was two on the front. If I can try to, okay, easy. Commutator, so then your brush holder is going to go towards the front. Put this fiddler on and then get this guy on. I don't see why I couldn't put the brushes in right now. So we'll do this, a brush spring, and then this is the bottom keeper. Second brush. I should do this better by stabbing this with my, that's a really tight spring. That is just, these things are nicer than anything. It's basically the cost cutting techniques that they use and how things get cheaper that you just didn't even think you could make them cheaper, and they somehow managed to find a way. Boy, this absolutely does not want to spin. What is the malfunction here? It's the dangest thing I've ever seen. So is this how it's going to be? Like everything I touch doesn't want to spin on this thing? You rotten. Well, I got my sweet test bench over here. I can bench test this right here and just see if I can give it. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that. Maybe you'd like some oil though. I don't know. Maybe the grease is too thick. Maybe it just wants to be rode in. It's like the brushes were the ones that were. That's not bad. And if I stall it out, stall the rotor. Yeah. Pulls over 2 amps. Well, it come back around more than I thought that it would, to be quite honest with you. But here's a twist for you. This is I have this laying around. Looks like it's a Digitrax DH121. And we are able to hook up my DCC to it just by going like this. Before I mess around, I can see if this thing is even going to work. So we got it Loco 3, and we roll it up to the speed. Forward, lamp is on. Hit the direction, reverse lamp, reverse for the motor, sure. Direction forward, headlight comes on, forward LED, and since it's no sound, that's really all it can do. So I've just found a functioning decoder. Turn the headlight off, on, off. Yeah, should we DCC this thing just for giggles? Sure, when it's completely pegged, it can pull 2 amps at a stall, but don't completely peg it, I guess. Just because I want to see. I'm going to work on doing that. What we need to do to the motor, we need to find the pickups, and one should be the chassis. We're going to go to horseshoe mode. This and this should not make a sound. And then one side of the wheels, okay, over here, yes. So that's the engineer's side. Here's the front. Fireman's side is ground. So I got a ground right there, and if I can solder the power wire onto that, that would be our pickups. We're going to take these tangs off because we don't want any pickup going on there. I can solder on here and here for the motor. It'll DCC. I'm going to work on that. That's what I plan to do, and I'll be back when we got it done. So I cut a piece of electrical tape, put it on this pickup right here. I pulled those little things that are sticking down, bent them back and forth till they fell off. I put a little stripe right here. So we got a double insulation on it. Put these motor mounts back on, and we'll put this back in the chassis. Get some soap on it. Helps with the slickum. Looks like it's going to go in this direction. Okay, that tab is going to be touching ground right there. There's not a lot of room in there for that at all. I just seen it. So we're gonna have to solder that wire on for that motor pickup before I install this for sure. So let me work past that. We'll be back. Well, here's what we got right here. Gray motor wires going to the bottom of the motor. Orange wires going to the top of the motor. The pickup, we're getting the ground right up here, the black. And I put that bracket on, which made a really nice area to screw the things to. The bracket's metal, so you can solder to it. And then the red pickup wire is right up on top here. You can see them right there. So there's 4 wires to hook it up. 2 wires for the light. Light is on. We twist the wick here. Number 3, we're gonna go forward with it. Light is going. Oh yeah, and there it is. That's DCC in a nutshell. Unbelievable. Loving it. Go backwards. Can you believe it? I can't. Oh, wow. That is awesome. Forward, lights back on. Can it crawl? Not really, because as it goes, then it'll run out of juice. See? Because of the way the wheels are. I suppose if it was run around a lot, get it wore in. Sure. You rotten bugger. But it'll go fast. It's got an interesting sound to it. I'm going to figure out how to make it run on DC also. I think maybe we'll take this whole thing and we'll put it together and we'll throw it on the Tyco layout. Let it do some laps. Oh, one thing I wanted to mention, the reason I couldn't keep those trucks on is because these things right here, I had them on upside down. The open side, see it's open right here? That goes up. And the flat side goes down, and now those trucks are staying on just like they're supposed to. So I got to get these taped up here a little bit. It's tough DCC wiring because the wiring is always all over the place. The B was a little dirty, so I washed it, pulled it up, got the chassis up here. I painted the frames on both of these. I guess I should get this one in too. Since they were aluminum, they didn't look very good. And there ain't no way I can take those trucks apart because they are riveted down under there. You can see that. So they're not gonna do that. But boy, you put a little oil on them. Holy moly. That's working good. I'm gonna tune up the rest of these cars before we put them on the track. This Vista Dome here, the windows fell out of the thing. So I had to take it apart, glue the windows back in, let them dry. We'll put a touch of oil on all these axles down under here. All the couplers seem to work. I'm not going to change them to Katie's. Let me knock that out here just real fast. These ones here, they're riveted together too, and they're even nastier. That's unfortunate that I can't... well, it looks like they're swedged. Shoot. So I guess they're just going to be ugly. That's all I'm saying. So you lift the wheel up at an angle, get in there with your needle applicator so you can get it right on the axle. And that'll go down into the bearing, into the hole. The bushing is actually what it is. Do the same on the other side. Try not to get it on the wheel end, like I just did right there, because then you spread that all over your track. Dang it. Roll it and see how well it works. This is good as the other ones. Man, oh man. That's pretty good for stock wheels. I'm really impressed. Oh, 2 more to go. We'll go into the third workshop that I've got going around here now. And this is where we're hiding the Tyco layout in. It's got a home finally because the studio is just not enough room for it. And of course it looks different because all the buildings are taken off of it. I need to paint the streets on it. I never finished the scenics. Paint the streets, and then I need to find a way to put the buildings on it where it'll stay when the layout is straight up and down. And it'd be nice to be able to remove them, and I just thought, well, heck, I could use a router, and I could route in a little hole, a little, you know, and put in one of those little tiny rare earth magnets, and then use magnets to hold the layouts on. That'd be kind of a cool idea. Let you move them around some. But here's our train. She's all set up here. We're gonna give it some layout time. Hopefully if I got everything programmed and the switches are all switched straight. And those things roll really easy. I can't tell if this thing is spinning or what's going on. Sure, well, you gotta have the rails. Think it'll fix it on these derailleurs? Nope. Didn't even make it one trip around. Can you believe it? It's that stupid thing right there. That's coming out. That's coming out. Those cause havocs. This part right here, we're taking that out, taking this switch out. It's been, it's kind of a hard, it's a pain in the butt, this layout is. Shouldn't have to bang on them like that. So we are just DCing this thing. Yeah, I was afraid of that. The gears inside that locomotive, the gears in there, they're stripped. I was surprised that it moved at all. But this is probably all it's going to really be able to do because of the way that them axle gears are on there. Not a good thing. Not a good thing. Beautiful locomotive, and I like the fact that I put the DCC in it, but I think I'm going to have to update it to the next generation of gears because these gears are pretty rare. I don't think I'm ever going to find another one that's quite this old again. I'm surprised it made it around that layout as many laps as it did. Them axle gears, they were beveled from where that top worm gear was spinning on it, and it is just really tore all the way through there. Do you guys think, I don't know if there's going to be any gears available or something like that. I don't think the new ones that are out now are going to work. It's just going to be something lost to history right there. Do I put it on the shelf? What do you do with that? Like another very interesting early Athearn drive. Very cool indeed. Last week's video, I asked you guys what you think about what we need to do. And the comments poured in like you wouldn't believe. One thing it sounds like I need to do, and I'm aware of this, I know, is I got to finish up the stuff that's only half done. There's a lot of projects out there that are not done yet. The stump pullers, they're not completely done yet. The Spirit of the Union Pacific that I did with the cool decals and stuff like that. I've got a Bluetooth decoder with sound for it and all the lights and ditch lights and stuff. Got to get those in there. The Tyco layout, not done yet. The N-gauge layout, well, you've seen just a little snippet of it here. I'm just laying track down on it now. Do you guys want to see a full build of the N-gauge layout? Because it's going to be built just kind of like how the Tyco layout was, but in N-gauge. Some guys are saying, hey, you're not the layout building guy, you're the repair guy. Do repair videos. We don't want to watch that stuff. Maybe the end guys want to see it. I don't know. I'm just trying to amuse you out there. A lot of people keep asking for the club layout. Now, the reason you haven't seen it very much is because of my back injury. I haven't been able to get up there. I've been like stuck at the house from September to about April. I really couldn't go anywhere. Now it's hard to get up there and to stand on that concrete and stuff like that. But we got one of the club guys, Dale, out there. Me and him are going to go up there and start doing some work to it, getting it going more. I mean, it goes, but there's more to be done to it. We're going to try to get more guys into the club to get more guys to work on the club layout. Kind of the chicken and the egg, the chicken and the egg. What do you do? So it looks like the majority of the answers were just keep doing repair videos. We like those the most. I threw in a DCC here just for fun. The repair takes place no matter what. You got to have the guts, the gears, the motors, the lubrication, the flows of the juices have to be perfect, whether it's DC or DCC. And you can add a DCC to anything in about 15 minutes, depending on how you want your wires to look. That's where it gets kind of tough at. Our classic model of the week, and Margaret. Thank all you guys for hanging out with me. If you guys want to check out another Athearn repair video, take a look at this one right here. See you next week. Bye-bye.